Welcome all campers, rise and shine. Welcome to Camp Redead, where all of the counselors give you the best hugs. Whoa, okay, maybe not the best thing to show off with double damage on, but if you're feeling lonely, come to Camp Redead, and they will give you all the reassurance that you could ever possibly need in your life. So the first thing we're gonna be doing today is last episode, we found our first empty bottle, finally, and there's a big Poe inside, and you actually can't get rid of big Poes. They're stuck in your bottle forever, unless you give them to this guy over here, who carries a big stick. Did he just whip me? I kinda like that.
Hey young man, what's happening today? If you have a bow, I will buy it. If you earn 300 points, you'll be a happy man.
Okay, that means we have to bring him 3 big Poes. That was like the hardest voice I think I've ever tried to do in my life. I was like inhaling as I was talking. Okay, so that gives us our first 100 points. So I turned on Big Poe Randomizer, which randomizes the number of big Poes we need to find. And that is the first out of 3. All right, so for now, we're gonna go ahead and turn back into a child because finding this bottle will allow us to finally pick up the small bugs and put them inside all of the soft soil plots so we can get all of those scratchy boys. And then last episode, after beating the Stalfos, the most anticipated rematch of all time, we finally won and we got the magic meter, which allows us to use Din's fire and our elemental arrows. Oh wait, do I want to try to use Din's fire on the Shadow Temple entrance as an adult or as a kid? I kind of want to do it as a kid just to see what happens. But before we do that, we're going to take advantage of the other thing we can do with the magic meter, and that is the treasure chest mini game. Because we also have the Lens of Truth. We've been finding lots of stuff. This randomizer overall is going pretty good for us. There's been a few people who are upset that this randomizer does not seem like it's hard enough, which, I mean, this isn't the hardest randomizer I've ever played. I would say the seed ended up being medium difficulty, but don't worry, once we eventually get to ZOOTR 5, I will make sure to turn on every setting to make it the most painful experience of my life, because I do not want to disappoint. I want to make sure Attacking Toucans has a good review on Yelp. As the market has died down, the stray dogs have taken the streets. It's the dog takeover. They're actually out planning to take over all of Hyrule. They're trying to beat Ganondorf. Unfortunately, I mean, spoilers, Ganondorf ended up taking over Hyrule before the dogs did. But the dogs were like this close to taking over Hyrule. If Ganondorf wouldn't have done it, the dogs would have done it. All right, so we're gonna guess and then we're going to cheat. So I'm gonna guess bottom. Hey, we would have got that one right. I like to guess before I use the Lens of Truth because it makes this a little bit more fun, because otherwise it pretty much takes away the whole point of playing this game if you use the lens. I'm gonna guess top. Ooh, we're 2 out of 2 right now, baby. If we get every single one right, there's a 1 out of 32 chance of getting every single chest right, which is fairly low, but not impossible. Top. Oh, 3 out of 3, boys. I like the wallpaper in this room. It reminds me of my shirt from last episode. Very stripey, vertical stripes. Bottom. Oh my god. I'm already a tall person, but when I wear vertical stripes, it just makes me look so slender. I'm like the more charismatic version of the Slender Man. Top. Oh my god. Is that all of them? We might have just guessed every single one correctly. Is there another? Oh my god, I actually guessed it all correctly. I didn't even need the Lens of Truth. Damn. Another GTG key. Okay. Well, that gives us another chest to go back to there. Let's go ahead and backtrack through this whole entire game. This is one deep building. Like, this one building probably takes up as much space as like a majority of the other businesses in Hyrule Castle Market combined. All of the shops are dying to have this much retail space. They could be like killing it. What does he say if we win? Great, you're a real gambler. Yeah, about that, about that. All right, so let's go to Shadow Temple. So I'm gonna guess inside the Shadow Temple, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the Spirit Temple. Because the other temple we can go inside to now is Jabu Jabu's belly, since we have the bottle as well. And I'm gonna guess that's gonna be probably the Great Deku Tree, because Lord Jabu Jabu is only there as a child, so it has to be a dungeon that Adult Link doesn't have to go to, which is either bottom of the well or the Great Deku Tree. Okay, that's one of the most epic cutscenes of the whole entire game. This, I don't know why, but this is like one of the scenes that sticks in my mind the most as far as creative Zelda locations goes. Just using that dense fire and lighting all those torches is sick. Oh, fire temple. We're here as a kid. This doesn't feel right. How much can we do as a child? I'm kind of curious. I've never been in the fire temple as a lad. We're gonna burn to death real quick. Oh yeah, we definitely are. Oh god, we only have 2 hearts. This was not a good idea. Oh my god, can I get this treasure chest before I die at least? I think I can. Yeah, definitely gonna be able to. We're really time traveling in a weird way. Gold skull to the token. Oh, also, let me add the 5 ice chests that I forgot to mark. For some reason, when it comes to the tracker, the ice chest marker is like the one I forget the most. Because every time it happens, I just get pissed. I don't like think, yay, I finally found something. Let me mark it on the tracker. I think, damn it. Why me? And then I don't mark it. But now it's updated. I was going to do it at the very beginning of the episode to try to make people happy, but then I forgot. And that's just how it is. What can we really do in this temple right now? A whole lot of nothing. I'm gonna go to Jabu Jabu instead. I feel like that's gonna be a much better situation. But we know where Fire Temple is now, so we'll put that in our tracker. If I use Dense Fire to obliterate all these plants, will I still get my small bugs? Well, that didn't do anything to the plants. They're fireproof. Wow, just like Pillar. Oh, that sign was not fireproof though. Oh, I kind of feel bad. I did not mean to break the sign. Let's fix it real fast. We don't want to be that mean. Don't want to be that guy. All right, let's feel like David Blaine for a second. Whoa. Magic. All right, so underneath this rock, didn't even have to burn the plants in the first place. But we got some small bugs that is going to allow us to start getting some of these scratchy boys. Also, speaking of magic, did anybody else see that? Well, I guess this isn't a magic trick, but it's more like a stunt. But that thing that David Blaine did where he tied himself to a bunch of balloons and floated all the way to an elevation or an altitude of 25,000 feet. That guy's a mad lad. Oh crap, I should have scooped up the bugs again. Now we're bugless. All right, Poopy. There's 10 of those soft soil plots for us to find, so gonna have to start marking them off the lists. Okay, I think this soft soil plot next to the bean salesman is the only one that doesn't have a gold skulltula, but I'm gonna double check just so I can be safe. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, I was correct. There was none in that soft soil plot. All right, we can finally fish up and we can show Ned. We don't need no damn fishing rod to get a fish. We just need a bottle. Oh my God. These fish really tested me. I feel like I've never had that many problems getting a fish before. Give him a kiss. Mwah. Jabu Jabu is like a gigantic puppy with diabetes that cannot move anywhere else. Bottom of the well. As you can see, Lord Jabu Jabu is a very, very heavy smoker. He doesn't have the best lungs. They're really, really dark and polluted. Not looking too good. Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and get started down here. There's a lot of chests down here, so this is not a bad area to find. And as we're going through and kind of cleaning this dungeon out, today's conversation topic that I'm going to be talking about the most is from last episode. I asked you guys, what is something that you guys want me to talk about? And the request I got the most was for me to talk about myself whenever I was a small YouTuber, whenever I was just getting started and what that was like and what I had to go through in order to get to where I am now. And I would definitely say, first off, I've really enjoyed every phase of my YouTube career to some extent. I feel like every part from being smaller to where I am now has been a really fun adventure. I've really just enjoyed every portion of it. I feel like how many YouTube subscribers doesn't really affect how much fun you can have with YouTube. It all kind of comes down to your mentality and attitude about it. If you're only doing YouTube for the money and numbers, you can definitely get upset by your results and stuff from YouTube and not have a good time. But if you're just making videos to have fun and to connect with others, nice, bomb shoes, then you can have a pretty amazing time all around. Because I started YouTube back in, I want to say around 2009 is when I officially started my first YouTube channel. And back then I was like a really small boy, only had a couple hundred subscribers. My very first Let's Play I ever did was of Mario Sunshine. And I made like 20 Mario Sunshine videos. I think I got up to about 300 subscribers in my first 8 months. And I was only like 15 years old, and I was really enjoying myself at the time. I thought it was a really cool opportunity, because like back then nobody was making money from YouTube, really. I just loved the opportunity to make videos and be able to share them with other people. Because I was into making videos for a few years before I started making YouTube videos. When I was in junior high, I took a summer school class on how to edit videos because my 8th grade science teacher taught that summer school class and like showed it to us, and it really interested me, and so I got my parents to let me go to summer school, and that summer school class pretty much changed my life and has pretty much given me all the skills, the base skills that I use today to do all the stuff that I like to do. And so yeah, when I first started, I was just making my own videos, didn't have very many people watching. Like each video would probably get like 100 views or so, but I was still happy just to be doing it. And then eventually I started another YouTube channel because I wasn't happy with the like original channel that I started, and I started a Wind Waker Let's Play, and I did like 30 episodes of that. And by the end of that series, I put so much editing into that series. First off, that's when I started really getting into editing with my videos. And I got to about 1,000 subscribers on that channel. But then I had to start over again because that channel name was my last name, Cedarwall, and I had said cuss words in that video, and I was only 16 years old, and I was afraid of my parents finding them and getting in big trouble. And so I changed my YouTube username to an alias named Attacking Toucans, because I was like, my parents will never be able to find something called Attacking Toucans. Like how would they unless somebody else showed it to them? And whenever I started Attacking Toucans, I had about 1.5 years of YouTube experience under my belt. And I started like an original Majora's Mask Let's Play that I put like a gargantuous amount of editing in. That was like one of the ways I separated myself as a Let's Player, and I feel like that's one of the ways I still separate myself today, is the amount of editing I put into the gaming videos that I make for Let's Plays. And the way I kind of like got myself into the community is I just like to watch other Let's Plays. I like to comment on other Let's Players' YouTube videos, and I try to make friends through doing that. And lots of ways I like got other people to learn about my channel and such. Oh gosh, we gotta be careful. We do not want to die right here. We only have a heart and a half. But the way I got lots of people to find out about my channel was just literally through commenting on other videos and just trying to be a good member of the community. I feel like that's one of the most important things to try to become a part of the community, is you have to be a positive member of that community. And then the more you do that, it just like slowly starts to become a trickle effect. And after doing that for a couple years, you build up yourself your own small little like community of friends and stuff that like the types of things that you do. And then eventually I started a thing called Mario Sunshine Versus with my good friend Josh Jepson, and I had about like 5,000 subscribers at the time. I've been doing YouTube for about 2.5 years at that point, and that series ended up kind of just like taking off and just really gave me like my actual start of being able to make it a job. So that's kind of what you gotta do. Ooh, we have 50 skulltula tokens, nice. So that's kind of what you gotta do. You gotta start off small, you gotta like hone in on all your skills, learn how to do all the basics, become integrated in your community and stuff, and then eventually you just gotta keep on creating stuff. And you got to keep on creating stuff that you enjoy making and that you think other people are going to enjoy watching. And then eventually, after creating stuff, you might end up hitting your like big break and having a piece of your content go really big, which causes a lot more people to find you. And then they can like look at your old videos, and then you kind of build up a larger audience. And then from there, I just kept on just doing what I was doing. I say my next like huge surge of like new viewers and subscribers came from the Zelda Randomizer series that I started doing, because that was like another big thing that I started doing that was different from what I normally do. And yeah, I just like my mindset of doing YouTube is you just gotta kind of enjoy what you make. You gotta enjoy the videos you put out. You have to be able to like want to watch them yourself. Like if you're not willing to watch your own YouTube videos, then how can you expect other people to want to watch them? So I was literally just making YouTube videos that I wanted to watch and then trying to make them the best I possibly could and try to incorporate as much of my personality as I possibly could to make them interesting. And I also just tried as hard as I could to connect and make friends within the YouTube gaming scene that were making similar stuff to me, because at the time I didn't have very many other friends who enjoyed playing Zelda games. Like, I had some friends that enjoyed playing Zelda games, but nobody like nearly as much as the Let's Play friends that I made later on in life. And then as far as turning it into a job, after doing YouTube videos for about a few years, monetization became possible through YouTube partnerships. I ended up getting partnered with the Game Station, which ended up turning into Polaris, which ended up getting bought by Disney and then disbanding because Disney kind of ran it into the ground. They did not know how YouTube networks worked. Dang it, just a poopy in here. Bottom of the well isn't giving us anything good, is it? Not really. We're gonna keep on searching though. But I would say overall, my biggest advice for small YouTubers who are wanting to get into making their own YouTube channel is, one, you have to enjoy what you're doing. YouTube is a ton of work, and even though there is parts of it that are really fun, there are lots of parts of being a YouTuber that are just like repetitive, and you're gonna have to do a lot of work where you don't see any like results from it immediately, but you have to just kind of push through anyways. I would say the other thing is make friendships, like make legitimate friendships with other people around you who are like in similar size and making similar content than you, because those are the types of people that you're gonna probably end up having some of the best friendships of your life. Like, don't go into YouTube necessarily with the mindset of making it your job. It's kind of better to go into it with the mindset of like, this is going to be a really fun experience. It's gonna make my life better in other ways apart from monetization. The other part though is like, if you're an adult, it's a little bit harder to go into something without the concept of like making money from it. But it is something that you really have to do. And also, go to YouTube-related events or conventions, which is really, really hard right now because of the pandemic. This is probably going to be the hardest time to network as a YouTuber for anybody. That's just kind of the way it is right now. But yeah, go to conventions and events and things where there's going to be other YouTubers and make friendships and stuff. You also got to cross-promote. You have to collaborate with the friends that you make videos with them, cross-promote your audiences. That's one of the biggest ways to grow your channel really fast, because it brings new eyes and people to your channel that might have originally not seen it. Isn't there supposed to be a treasure chest back here? Or am I tripping? And then, oh yeah, I forgot these hands. All praise the Quad Sun. They died praying the Quad Sun, but they have no regrets because they will be in quad heaven forever, and that is a place that you definitely want to be for eternity. And I'm trying to think if I can think of any other like good YouTube advice apart from like technical things like video editing and video ideas, because video ideas, coming up with new video ideas and trying to make stuff that a lot of people are going to watch, I would say the best way to figure out content that people are going to watch is just by being very observant of what's happening on the internet and just having a good eye for what people enjoy watching. But the other thing is, you don't have to make content that a lot of people watch either to have fun being a YouTuber. Sometimes it's better having your small niche audience that really likes you for who you are, so you don't have to try to cater to a larger demographic. I try to like find that like middle, I kind of like try to ride that middle line. I play like the games only I want to play, but a lot of the time I don't play games that are too wildly unpopular because it can be hard to like justify spending a lot of time making a YouTube series over a game that isn't going to give you a lot of like financial comeback as far as like the amount of views and stuff. Being a YouTuber is a very complicated thing though. You're always like trying to balance a lot of different decisions in your mind between like numbers and being creative and being social, and I don't know, it's a very weird dynamic. But overall, even though YouTube is for the most part my job, I try not to treat it too much like a job. Like, I kind of treat it half as a job, but still half as a hobby. Like, I try not to let it control my life too much. Oh, okay. I did want to fall down here, actually, because there's another chest that I'm trying to find. I don't know what trouble I was having. Isn't it back here? This is where I was. Where the re-dead? Oh, no. I went to the wrong rocks. Blow that shit up. Nice. Little squatter back here. Don't even have to give him any attention. He wants our attention. Don't give him attention, Link. As long as you don't give him attention, you're fine. Oh my glob. More heart pieces. We actually haven't found very many heart pieces or containers in this whole entire series. I'm probably going to be finding a lot of those towards the second half of this series. And this right here is actually a chest. If I had a Kokiri sword, I could glitch my way into this room using my shield and sword, but I do not have that right now, so we can't do that glitch. But this is normally bomb shoes, I know, but now it's a Shadow Temple key. Kind of lame, but we'll take what we can get. And with that, I think we're gonna have to get out of here because I'm not sure if there's anything else we can do. Time to keep on scourging the world until we find what we need. Wait, is scourging a word? Okay, I just looked up the word scourging and it did not mean what I thought it did. It means to whip someone as a punishment. Okay, let's keep whipping the world to death. And also, since we're in this conversation of talking about YouTube channels, I want to make today's comic question of the day sort of relevant to that. So today's comic question of the day would be, if you were to start a YouTube channel over anything you want, and we're just going to assume that it's going to be successful, like it doesn't matter. You're choosing your YouTube channel topic based off of what you're going to enjoy the most, not like what's going to be the most commercially successful or something. So if you could start your YouTube channel over whatever you want, and it would for sure be successful, no matter the subject you chose, what would you make a YouTube channel about? And what are some videos that you would put on that channel? I feel like there can be a YouTube channel about anything. So I feel like the type of YouTube channel somebody would start tells a lot about that person. Something else I should have done in the graveyard while I was here. Not that it matters. The only teleport song we even have right now is the graveyard teleport song, so it's not much out of the way. But since we have dense fire, we can also do this room. And the key's already dead too, so it's gonna be easy. Piece of cake. Can someone come down here and clean up all these bones, though? I don't like being around so many bones. I prefer my royal tombs boneless. I guess it doesn't matter. It is a tomb. I don't know why so many people died in this tomb specifically, though. Wow, we found the compass for the bottom of the well right after we get out of the well. Oh well. Okay. Gotta keep on searching. Oh no. We're about to collect the prize for getting all 50 Skulltula tokens. Please don't screw me over. I am not in the mood to get screwed over for collecting all these. Please give me something good, a teleport song. Like something that's not gonna suck. Dude! You're a bitch! You know that? If this wasn't the first time that happened, I would have screamed so loud they could have heard me in Terminia. But I'm used to this behavior from you assholes now, so I don't even have anything to say about your really rude behavior. I'm done with you guys. Never helping you again. Until ZOOTR 5 when I have to. Okay, let's drop some of these buggy boys. We have a lot of bugs to drop. Probably just gonna have to cut around to finding these soft soil plots for a bit. I'm happy you can recollect a bug before you get your Skulltula though, so you don't have to go find more. Oh my god, hello! Nice to see you. Can you hear me in the cutscene? This is funny. Also, something else I haven't mentioned yet this series, that if you pause the game and hold A, you can see how many keys you have for each temple remaining. It doesn't include keys that you've already spent up, though. Once we find the Spirit Temple, we are going to be good to go. Okay, over by the shop in Kokiri Forest, we have another soft soil plot. Nice. Okay, so the next 49 Skulltula tokens are all going to be unnecessary, but we're still going to be coming across them, so get ready for a ton of disappointment. Alright, in the Lost Woods with these really tall trees that have no heads. Just a bunch of decapitated trees. It's pretty sad, honestly. I hope these bugs are able to breathe, though. Link, are you poking holes in the top of that jar? I mean, I guess he has to be, right? Because they'd be dead otherwise. Oh wow, this one almost jumped off the edge. He has like, gravity does not pertain to this lad. No, a full chest. Okay, I'll actually mark it this time. I won't forget. There we go. Oh, we also have a location to mark our big postals. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's mark that as well. Just now realizing that was there above the ice chest counter. Alright, this is the room that had the Deku scrubs, which have completely vanished now. For some reason I didn't realize buying stuff from those scrubs made them just go away forever. But you know, no complaints. Please don't be a fool, please don't be a fool, please don't be a fool! Yes! You found the Megaton Hammer! It's so heavy, you need to use 2 hands to swing it. I'm used to that. So, should we just become an adult now? Well, still probably best for me to go to the remaining soft soil plots I can and getting that out of the way. Alright, next one's by the Lake Laboratory House. And the survey says... Slingshot upgrade. I'll actually take that. I was like almost out of Deku Seeds. I actually used the boomerang to kill this one because I was almost out. But that is not too shabby. Okay, we're just gonna fall much faster. Oh my god, we almost died from that. That's cutting it close. I don't know where this bean sprout takes you, honestly. It's a very weird location for one. I wonder if it takes you back to the top of the valley. That would actually be pretty useful. Damn, we need to find Epona's song already. So first, I can get Epona. And second, so I can start getting all the prizes from these cows. Because we haven't even gotten to touch cowsanity yet. We're still far away from being able to do that. Oh, heart container. Thank you. I needed that refill after that really bad injury I just had. It's a large fall. And I think that's also all of the soft soil plots we can do right now. So I think it's in our best interest to go turn into Adult Link again. So we have to run all the way back to the Temple of Time because I still have not learned the Prelude of Light yet. Let's go back to the Fire Temple since we unlocked that this episode. And it's actually perfect that we got the Big Goron Hammer, or not the Big Goron Hammer, the Megaton Hammer. The Big Goron Hammer, that's kind of funny. I mean, pretty much the same energy, right? Same thing practically. The door still open? Whoa, it's closed again. Well, I guess that makes sense. We opened it in the past. Somebody probably came out and blew all their birthday candles out, and then the door closed again. Now, speaking of the Big Goron sword, there's another item called the Giant's Knife that is slightly related to the Big Goron sword, but it's like a breakable version. You can have it custom made by one of the giant Gorons in Goron City, but it can only take like, I think it's 200 hits. And I'm honestly really surprised that item wasn't added into the randomizer. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. That'd be wild if it was added and I just don't know about it. Now that I'm bringing it up, oh god, hello. Mini butt. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, let's go and get that Giant's Knife at some point during this Let's Play just to see what it's like, because we honestly haven't done that in ZOOTR 1, 2, or 3, so it definitely makes sense to do so. Alright, Fire Temple, fighting some fire slugs. And these fire slugs, for some reason, remind me of soup, which is perfect because that takes us into another great segue, which was yesterday's comment question of the day where I asked you guys what your favorite flavor of soup was. And here's some poppin' answers that I got. Thanks for sharing your soup stories. Love it. As far as my favorite soups go, I'm going to break it down into some categories for you to make it a bit more interesting. So my favorite soup while growing up was vegetable soup because my mom and grandma made it so much and I just loved the flavor of it, and I loved how it got me to eat like all my vegetables because I wasn't a huge fan of vegetables as a kid, like because most kids aren't, but if it was in vegetable soup, that changed everything. I love myself some vegetable soup. I might let that, oh, actually don't want to get slurped. Oh my god. We found the Requiem of Spirit! Yo, we can finally go to the Desert Colossus! Which means we can go into the Spirit Temple. What an amazing find. We came to the right spot. Oh yeah. Are these doors, is that their tongue coming out of their mouth? Or is that their hand coming up and like trying to cover their mouth as they're laughing? Like, tee. Could be either. Alright, let's fight the Flame Dancer, the beautiful ballerina. Alright. Back to soup. My favorite soup to get from a restaurant is zuppa toscano from Olive Garden, which is like a potato sausage soup, and it's just so good with Olive Garden breadsticks. Like, it's just, my favorite soup to make at home is miso soup because it's easy, and I just love miso soup. It makes me feel good on the inside. It's also really healthy for you, I think. And then my favorite type of soup to have from a bread bowl is clam chowder, which it used to be broccoli cheddar because I used to work at McAllister's for like 4 months back when I was like 19. And I used to love like their broccoli cheddar soup and their bread bowls. But then whenever I went to Disneyland a couple years ago, I was at the Pixar Pier and I had their clam chowder from the bread bowl. And it was like the most delicious soup experience I've had in my life. And I have still never had anything close to it. What? Fire Temple's holding all the good music. Epona Song and Requiem of Spirit back to back, dude. That's almost too lucky. That just opened up a whole lot of stuff for us to do. Like, we are not going to be having any troubles in the near future. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. Because I know a lot of you guys like to watch these randomizers to see my pain. And when things are looking up, when I'm having some good fortune, it makes it a bit more... It makes it a bit less interesting. But at the same time, we have to find the stuff eventually. That is the end goal. So, you can only see my pain for so long. Although I would say this randomizer has overall been pretty painless. I feel fairly lucky about that. Which is why I'm going to make sure ZOOTR 5 is extra painful. Because I like to make my hoes happy, you know? I don't want you guys to be thirsting for the content I want to provide. Oh god, okay. We got the hot room. The room's not hot. Song of Time is the other, like, well, Song of Time and Song of Storms. Song of Storms opens up a lot of grottos that have 2 or 3 Deku Scrubs in them to buy things from. That'll be another item to find that makes our life more plentiful. Hey, Mr. Goron. I'm happy you don't have Ligma anymore. I'm glad you got cured. Be free, my friend. Go and get yourself a massage or something. We have enough hearts finally to get around this room without having to worry too much. Oh god. Wait, double damage is not good in this lava though. Forget if you're not wearing the fire tunic. Take a lot of damage. Wait, how come he like swerved for me last second? The man doesn't want to die. Can't say I blame him necessarily. Okay, I do not want to take damage right here, so I'm going to do the ol' nut on my bomb trick. Perfect. 8 seconds to spare. I'm not sure how much further we're going to be able to make it in this temple right now, especially since I only have a heart and a half left. Once we go back in that room, we're probably going to burn up before we can make it anywhere. Unless we get a heart piece. That is not a heart piece, boy. Well, that didn't make anything better. Shoosh. Oh, 5 seconds. Yeah, we're screwed. There's no way we're making it out of this. Yeah, we don't have a fairy or anything. Bye, cruel world and all that inhabited. We could continue doing the Fire Temple, or we could just leave because we just found Epona Song and the Requiem of Spirit and come back when we actually have the Fire Tunic so we don't burn to death anymore. We got what we need from that temple. How does the song go again? Perfect. I know Sheik has a good song to teach us as well. We haven't gone to like hardly any of the locations in the game where you learn the songs from the Ocarina. Because most of those locations require us to have visited Zelda once before. Alright, back in the Desert Colossus. Obligatory joke about how the map looks like a deflated balloon. And I think we just want to walk in the temple and come back out. Which we also have the silver gauntlets, so we can do this temple right now. We're not going to be stuck. We could actually do a lot of this temple right now. Alright. Miss Sheik. There's the Goopy! Aw, Sheik. Of course it's Sheik that gives us a Goopy. Is Goopy-licious definitious make Chachingo loco. Alright, Spirit Temple. Feels like I'm on the menu screen all of a sudden. Alright, let's go ahead and just get this temple started. I'm not going to be able to finish it this episode, obviously, because this is a long one. One of the longer temples, but we can get a few rooms out of the way, because there's a few easy rooms to access here at the very beginning. I think Beamos are still like the most interesting thing. If they were just a statue that spun around and shocked you, I would have no big deal with them. But the fact that they have a nose and a mouth just makes them so weird. It looks like they should be able to walk around too. What if Beamos were able to walk around and shoot you? I guess that would practically make them the Guardians from Breath of the Wild. Because the Guardians are literally just like Beamos with gigantic spider legs that help him get around everywhere. What are you trying to do in here? Who are you trying to stop? But Breath of the Wild 2, what are the chances of it coming out this holiday season? Probably very, very low. Breath of the Wild 1 came out in March 2017. So I'm wondering if Breath of the Wild 2 is going to come out around the same time, or if it's also going to be like a holiday title. Kind of feels better as a game to play during the summer when the weather is warm, rather than when it's like cold outside during the holidays. So am I going to get this chest up here? Nah. Okay, we got it. It's a little bit more difficult if you don't have the long shot. Bomb bag. Jesus. We're just finding everything in this episode. Okay, we don't have to worry about our bomb shoes anymore. Well, with that, we pretty much have every main item except for the bow and arrow. Hover boots, maybe? A silver scale. I mean, we still need a lot more items, but I feel like we're kind of on the home stretch. Give me that coin. What? Can I get this without the hover boots? I hit the rock midair. Then I might be screwed. Oh, we actually got it. Okay, we're good. We don't have the Song of Time right now, so that scratchy boy is gonna get to live a little bit longer. Lucky man. But yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, I still cannot wait for that game. That's gonna be such a fun experience. I said last episode, I've only completed Breath of the Wild 1 around like 25%. Like there's so much more for me to do in that game. I could continue playing it for so long. I haven't even done the DLC yet. I feel pretty ashamed of myself. Yet at the same time, I'm still just as excited for Breath of the Wild 2 because I'm hoping that we get legitimate temples. Stop it! Don't freeze me next to a like. That's exactly what you want him to do. It's like the worst booby trap ever. I mean, they did just give me the bomb bag though, so I can't complain too much. 3 bloopies for my time. I'll take it. Some other things I want in Breath of the Wild though, is I want more of a dynamic Zelda soundtrack. I loved Breath of the Wild soundtrack, but I would love for them to add some more Zelda related tunes to the game because I think the game could definitely benefit from having even more music that's not as chill. And that's pretty much all I really want from it. I might also say more mini games because I feel like Breath of the Wild didn't have a lot of mini games. But overall, I was so happy with Breath of the Wild. Like, there is not very many problems with that game. Like my only issue with it is the repetitiveness of the dungeons and shrines. If they added like a theme to those, that game series would be literally set. Like they would be ballin'. Oh, ooh, this room. This is gonna give us a lot. No. Thank God this sword has such a long reach. Wait, how did that miss? Oh, where'd it go? I'm not gonna mess around. I'm bringing out the lens of truth here. I do not want him to grab onto me. Where'd it go? Did he fall down the hole? God, I hope so. Yeah, I think he did. Good shit. Don't have to be bothered. Okay, so we got 2 more chests right there. The sun is just having a great day. He's just basking in it. That's something I've been doing a decent amount over the past few months, is I've been trying to get more sun. I've been trying to lay out a little bit more. I still don't really look tan, but I'm trying not to look like somebody who stays indoors too much. So, like, that's my main goal. All right, we can keep on going. We're 10 rupees away from having a full wallet. Maybe we'll find that tycoon wallet soon. That'd be pretty pog. Be able to hold 1,000 rupees. I don't know if we found that in a ZOOTR before. At least not in one that I've done on my channel. Apart from maybe the entrance randomizer live stream I did. You know what would have been really cool? Is if the boss fight for Spirit Temple would have ended up being this gigantic lady statue that's standing up right here. If she would have come to life and you fight her somewhere, like in the desert. That'd be sick. It's kind of like the Arbiter's Grounds, a little bit, where you have to fight the gigantic dinosaur. Some really like big scale shit. Alright, I think this is gonna be our last treasure chest of the episode. The one where we first made the Din's Din 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 joke. That's like literally what I think about every single time I use Din's Fire in this little area. So I think of Din's Din Din Din. This brings so many good memories. And a recovery heart. What a way to end the episode. But this episode we found bombs, the Megaton Hammer, Epona Song, the Requiem of Spirit. So I would say overall, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. But we're going to go ahead and end it here, so thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me because it helps me out a ton. And I will see you in the next episode. Have a great day.